Hey yo, what is the word? What goes on? Peeps, Jay Porks here. We are back fairly quickly with another episode of Dyze in Your House. I'm actually not sure if I'm going to call this Dyze in Your House or a subsection of Dyze in Your House because we are trying out the Edits app brought to you by Instagram. But although we're doing that, something a little different. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are that of my own and do not represent that of my employer. They never have, they never will. But we have a couple of things to go over. I have a whole list. We're going to start with the soft and then we're going to go into the heavy. Okay, so first and foremost, today, New York City Comptroller and Mayor candidate Brad Lander was taken into custody by unmasked, unidentified, supposed ICE agents. And that happened at the ICE detention facility. Did happen to get up there and was able to chant with the crowd, how do you spell racism? ICE. How do you spell racism? ICE. And, it was good to be out there with people, but also, then you get on socials and you start seeing what I'm about to talk about next. Okay, folks, we're here. Iran. So, I spoke about it on the last episode of the podcast, but this is becoming imminent now. So we are going to there's going to be a war in the Middle East, if there wasn't already a war in the Middle East. And the person who ran on the no new wars, mantra is going to create a new war. So I wrote down a list of things that best case scenarios here. So first and foremost, like think about like the US is going to what? Go attack Iran and go destroy Iran. Like, I mean, if they do that, Republicans are never getting elected again. But also, like, the military parade had squeaky tanks. This isn't a person that really knows how to pull off things successfully. And remember, North Korea, he said he was going to blow them to bits, and then he had Kim Jong. He was writing letters with Kim Jong Un. Also, with the assumption that it's nuclear war, that's what people are going crazy on the internet. Nuclear war. Okay, first and foremost, nuclear war ends the world, right? So that ends it for everybody. So the tech bros that bought the election through Musk and all that, and have installed JD Vance to do their bidding for them, they can't bid without a world. Like they're not Teflon from nuclear war. So I think they would advise against any kind of nuclear war. And besides the fact that like Taco, he's Taco, he's always chickens out. Did it with North Korea. I don't think, and people are saying, oh, he's doing this so he can suspend elections for the midterms. Listen, the only way they're going to suspend elections for the midterms is if they actually announce that democracy is over and this is now like an official authoritarian thing. Like they don't say, hey, we're fascists. Their just actions are fascist. But like, if they cancel elections, because they never in American history have elections been canceled, not even during 9/11, not even during the Civil War. So like, stop it. But again, you're assuming that this is a person that has strategic thinking to do something like that, and I don't think it is. Truth be told, I think he's, the pardons for him are already written, like the pardons of things he's done and future things that they might uncover. Those are already written and signed and good. And I think all his friends got the tax cuts they need. And I think now they're just fucking, when they get voted out, we're going to vote them out. Look at the protests. Look at the No Kings protest. Look at how fast we got to 26 Federal Plaza. Like, you joking? Also, I think Iran hates Trump more than, and I said this a couple of weeks ago, but I was really talking about like an action film. You know, like how in an action film you'd call it like, an Iranian kill squad pulls up. Well, you wouldn't say Iran. You would just insert like the enemy there, like, black truck. They pull up like ICE does now, basically, like ICE does now. How do you spell racism? ICE. Like, I think Iran hates Trump more than they actually hate America. Because, like, they had a nuclear deal with Obama. And, again, spoiler, they don't have fucking nukes, by the way. I just want to let you guys know they don't have nukes. Like, the deal was to keep them 10 years away. And it hasn't even been 10 years yet, and trust me, well, not trust me, trust smart people they don't have nukes. Saying nukes is the card you play. You don't nuke something because then you don't have the card anymore, and then it's world over again. Yeah, like, who? Yeah, he will fold. I couldn't read my notes because I wrote so fast. I wrote parade failed, Bill sucks, sucked Kim's dick, will fold. I covered all that in North Korea, and then the bill that they're currently trying to pass sucks. They can't fucking pass it, so a war would be a distraction. But however, let them shoot the fair one. You know what I mean? You ever like have people like who fight, and there's a group of people surrounding them, but like these two people have a problem. You let them fight, no weapons, like, well, they're countries, you know what I mean? So obviously there's weapons, but like, if they want to go after each other, let them. Let them. And if Iran wants to, kidnap Trump and kill him, cool. I mean, America will thank you. That's the thing about these countries, that when Republicans get elected, they make sure to demonize these countries. Why don't these countries work on getting Democrats elected in America, like Russia does with Republicans in America? Like, I don't get it. Like, Hillary said it best. China, if you're listening, like, oh man. But the world is ready to move on without America being relevant in the world stage. And that's just the result of electing Nazis. And before I go, I just want to say that if there is any attack on American soil, it will be deemed as a false flag. It will be 9/11 times fucking 12 in terms of conspiracy theory, because more internet now, more people, more skepticism. And also, there's no way that American Jews don't take the brunt for that. That Jewish people in America who aren't from Israel, there's no way that they don't take the brunt for that conspiracy theory that's going to be made up by Nazis on the internet. But anyhow, a fascist was elected president, and, now there's going to be war in the Middle East. So, there you go. Also, Iran said they're going to target, like military bases. So, I hope, glad I'm not a bootlicker, but, if you have family members, I'm sorry. I apologize. But, also, late.